Meanwhile, a 4th of July parade in Fenton near Flint takes on special meaning thanks to a very special guest. Lieutenant Jeff Neville was able to ride in the parade less than 2 weeks after he was attacked by a suspected terrorist at Flint's airport. Our Nick Monticelli was there as Lieutenant Neville talked publicly about that attack for the first time.
And this is actually a very cool story because Lieutenant Jeff Neville doesn't have any ties here to the Fenton area. The organization brought him just because of this. And even better, the majority of the people here had no idea the lieutenant stabbed in that terrorist attack was going to be at this parade. The Fenton 4th of July parade is a big deal. It's nearly 2 miles long and draws hundreds and hundreds of participants.
We're glad to see that officer out that got hurt at Bishop.
But maybe the most popular person here was a surprise, Lieutenant Jeff Neville.
Well, I'll tell you, I know I do, and I appreciate it very much.
Neville was asked to be in the parade by a friend who runs a program called COPS, Concern Over Police Safety. But he knew what happened at the Flint airport would be the topic of conversation.
People say you're lucky. I said, no, I'm blessed. It's a lot more than luck when things come together the way they did that day.
Neville says he had no warning. The attack came out of nowhere.
When I realized I was getting hit and I spun and I heard the language and the fury, I knew it was a terror attack.
Neville and a close friend, a maintenance worker, fought the attacker off, pushing and shoving, but he never felt weak.
I knew I was losing a lot of blood, but at first I didn't know it was me. I thought, who got cut? I knew that I got hit and I knew that it hurt. But I really didn't know I was cut, and I didn't know it was all my blood. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Neville is still healing. He still has stitches in his neck, but overall, he says he's wonderful and will be back to work as soon as he can.
I told the chief we might have to change the beard policy when I go back because there is no beards right now. There might be beards when I go back.
A new beard policy. Honestly, Neville was an open book. We talked about airport security and how he really didn't even have any pain going into it and how he almost kind of freaked out when he realized how bad his injuries were. Coming up on Local 4 News at 6, we're going to talk much more about Neville and his big personalities hugging almost everybody he could find there in Fenton. And Kimberly, most importantly, we mentioned that he wants to go back to work as soon as he can. I'm not kidding. As soon as he is ready, as soon as those stitches come out, he says he's going right back to the airport.
You can really see his enthusiasm and his spirit for sure. I'm interested in hearing more about the organization that invited Lieutenant Neville to the parade. I had not heard of the organization until you started doing the story, but it's quite interesting what they do.
It is, yeah. It was actually started by one man. His name is Herman Ferguson. In fact, they were passing out these bracelets throughout the parade, concern over police safety. He's just trying to raise awareness, wants more people to talk about what officers are going through on a daily basis, and he wanted Neville to come down and kind of be a face for what they were working on. And Neville said, of course.
Yeah, indeed. And it is the program is called Concern Over Police Safety, and they call it COPS for short. Very interesting. Okay, Nick, we appreciate it.